Hello, my creative friends. This video is an assembly video for this Be My Valentine's Day card. It's a Shadowbox card. And I've obviously already cut out my pieces, and I'm just going to set those aside and get ready to start assembling. So just make sure that you have all the layers done, and you can do these in any color that you want. I just designed this like I did because it kind of reminded me of strawberries and chocolate, which is one of my favorite Valentine treats. But I'm going to start with the back layer. It says Be My Valentine, and I'm just going to lay this flat on the top of the base. You can also cut out, this is a 4x6 card, so you can also cut out like a colored background of some sort if you wanted to add like glitter paper or some sort of patterned paper that coordinates with all your other elements. That would be fun to do. But this is just a basic, show you how to put it together and just give you some ideas on how that can go. So I'm going to glue that to the base. All right, and then I'm going to glue on my lettering. So I just did this with paper. I'm a paper girl. I kind of tend to use paper just because that's what I have a lot of. I have some vinyl, which you could actually do vinyl if you wanted to. I just prefer to do paper if I can. If it's very excuse me, if it's very thin lettering, I would recommend the vinyl. It looks just as nice, and but I like the texture that I get with using a little bit of textured paper. I also use this Barely Art, what is it called? Barely Art Precision Craft Glue. I use it a lot because it's got the little skinny tip, and it's got other tips as well, but I like this one because it's for very fine, delicate work, and it keeps me from using up too much glue. You just have to, sometimes it makes a little bit of a mess, but it's actually pretty good. You can get a really good fine line with the glue. Obviously you could use, I have some die cut glue dots that you just put your you put your wording on it, and or whatever it is, your die cut, and it will pick up the little glue dots on the back, and that works pretty well. I just tend to, to be honest, I'm a lazy crafter. If I can get by with just a few materials and supplies, I will do that instead of getting out everything I own, because I have too much, and one of these days I'm gonna have to use it all at some point. Okay, so I'm done with that. So then I'm gonna take this medium background, and this one I'm gonna pop it up a little bit. I want it to stand off of the page. So I'm going to get my little sticky strips, and I tend to put those just in the corners, and if it's a long span where it might get a little floppy, I will put the strips along that along that edge. But usually it's just in the corners. This one's got some good long spans, so I'm going to put more than I typically would, because I want these to be supported as well. So I like these little strips because you can cut them down to whatever size you want. I think they're like about I don't know, 3 or 4 inches across when you get it. It's, you know, like a rectangle, and they're like in little strips like this. I cut those, the little ones like that, just to make it the size I want it, which is really handy. Of course, pop dots, or you can just do it flat, but I like it to pop up just a little bit, give it some dimension and interest. The worst part is taking all these little sticky pieces off the back. It's really not that bad, it's just a little tedious. Almost done. There we go. A couple more. I thought this design turned out really cute. I've only actually been, I've always been like a crafter slash artist, but it's only been in the last couple of years that I have learned how to do graphic design, and so I'm really enjoying it. It's a course I take through Carina Gardner Design Suite, and I've learned so much. I've learned how to design in Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator, which I absolutely love, and I've also just learned a lot of good elements of design and how to put things together. Whoops, that goes later. Okay, so anyway, that's kind of where I am. It's turned my little artsy craftsy bent into an actual small business, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, but super great program if you're ever interested. It's taught me a lot, and she's all about, Carina is all about, I'm sorry, I'm not saying her name very well. It's Carina Gardner Design Suite. She has a boot camp that you can attend for a minimal price and kind of get the inside scoop of what she does and how she does it. But it's been a life changer for me as far as learning. Oops, I don't want to do that. I'm talking and not paying attention. I want that to pop up too. It's been a life changer for me because I'm not making a ton of money yet, but I hope to one day. I am working on it. I'm in the Silhouette store, which I never thought I would be in a Silhouette store. That's been exciting. I have a shop on Etsy and a Creative Fabrica shop. And it's just fun to, in my encore career, to be able to do something that I love and make a little extra spending money. Who doesn't like extra spending money, right? Okay, almost there. And I will put one right here. Okay, obviously, feel free to fast forward. I might just do that in the video so you don't have to watch this part, because it does get tedious. Tedious but necessary to make something beautiful. Well, that one doesn't want to come off. I can get my handy dandy tweezers. Love my tweezers. They help me with my fat fingers. Just have to be careful because they are like super sharp, and I've poked myself a couple of times and it was not good. It did not feel good. Okay, just a few more. And again, you know, you can glue this down flat if you want, but I really like the effect of the pop-up. It gives it just that little extra something that makes it look like you spent a lot of time on it, which actually you did, but you didn't. You know, it's more than just going out and buying a card. You took some time to do it, which is always makes it special. And I like how these little Shadowbox cards, you can send them out on a shelf or somewhere, and it makes a nice little display piece. Okay, and I think I forgot to say at the beginning that it's a good idea on this particular card, because it has a scalloped edge, to just make sure you're lining up the top of your card on that folded edge. All right, we're almost done. I'm gonna put, if I can pick it up, I'm gonna put this little, sorry, this little heart center on the big red heart. And that just centers in there. And then I am going to use what's left of my little strips. And these, I just get these on Amazon. I need to put that link in my description. And actually, I've got to get some more. Sorry about that. So I'm gonna cut these. I'm gonna take this and just cut them down a little bit, because I need little ones for. Actually, those are still going to be too big. Cut those a bit. I don't want these little tiny pieces to get broken. There we go. All right, we're almost finished. Away. I designed this a little differently in the beginning, but then the little pieces that I had, they cut out okay, but I wasn't sure if everybody had a brand new blade in their machine, so I changed it up just a little bit so that it was easier to cut. All right, we're down to the last thing. There we go. And I love how on these Shadowbox cards you can see exactly where the elements need to go because of the outline. So there we are. We're finished with our Be My Valentine card. Obviously you can cut another piece if you wanted, like a piece of pattern paper or just white paper to go on the inside of the 4x6 card, or you can leave it just like it is. I hope that you enjoyed making this, putting it together, and I hope you'll find somebody that you can ask to be your Valentine. Have a great day, and I will see you next time.